Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Plami or Paige, whichever you prefer to call me, and in this video I'm gonna be reacting to the mini album of one of my favorite groups ever, IMFACT, and the album being L.L. The songs from the album that I'm gonna be reacting to are obviously gonna be every single song except the title track because I already reacted to that. But anyway, to name the songs, it's gonna be I'm Fine, Don't Say, Wi-Fi, At the End, and Lalida. But before we get into the reaction, I just want to talk a little about IMFACT because they are one of my favorite groups ever, but they are so underrated. Like, they barely get any views even on YouTube. I think this comeback has like 120,000 views, which is even lower than how low it used to be. But I genuinely think they deserve much more than this because, for me at least, IMFACT are one of the few K-pop groups for who I genuinely love every single song of theirs. Not as if I'm forcing myself to like every single song, but I genuinely enjoy every single song of theirs. And if you're curious, other groups who fit that description are BTS before their most recent release, aka Map of the Soul 7, and Twice before they released, I think it was Fancy. Back then I was super into every single song of those groups, and IMFACT is one of those groups who I enjoy every single song of theirs. Even though I might like groups like NCT, Stray Kids more, IMFACT is definitely one of my favorite groups for sure. And definitely wins in terms of B-sides and my love for the B-sides over NCT and Stray Kids. But yeah, I'm curious how many of these songs are gonna like because of that reason, so I guess without further ado, let's get into the reaction, starting off with I'm Fine in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so far it's really good. It's a slow, chill song, but we'll see. I don't mind that necessarily, but we'll see whether I'm gonna be in love with it. So far I'm very into it. Oh yeah, I love it. I know it's like early in the song, but I feel like it's already, I can tell that it's better than the title track in a certain sense. It's less generic, at least. But again, this is one of those K-pop songs for which I feel like it was in English and I was able to understand it. I would be even more into it. The good thing is though, I'm gonna be going to study Korean most likely this fall, so I'm gonna be able to do my reactions even better once I do that. Also, I think I gotta learn their names, but this guy's rapping in this song is better than the title track in my opinion. Like, I understand why they didn't release this as a title track because it doesn't really fit with the style for the title track songs, but I think this is better, honestly. I think this one is objectively better. I'm gonna be so happy if this ends up being one of my favorite albums this year. Honestly, what I don't understand why IMFACT is so unknown and underrated. Like, they're so good. Their vocals are so good. They're one of the groups that almost always sing without, like, sing live in performances. And you can hear that they sing live. And people are ignoring them. Okay. And I forgot to address something, because since I couldn't find any lyric videos for these songs, I'm using, I think from the IMFACT YouTube channel, these are the songs. I'm not sure, but they're just kind of a picture and one picture in the video, so there aren't lyrics or anything that I can look at. But yeah, for this song, it's not my favorite kind of thing. Like, it's not a hype, noisy kind of song, but honestly, I freaking love this. In a certain way, I think it is better than the title track. It definitely feels more thought out, more polished, and just better executed in a certain way. Like, I like the title track. Still, it's not my favorite title track of theirs, but I like it enough. But this just feels like it was done much better. Or maybe it's just the fact that the style it's going for, usually, almost always, it feels like it is better. But yeah, I like this one. The singing is great, as always, from IMFACT. And the rapping, honestly, is better than the title track. I can tell you for sure. At least for one of the guys. I gotta learn the names. You know what? Give me a second. Okay, so in the title track, I didn't like Jian's rapping. Like, it doesn't necessarily sound bad, but just sounded off and not really satisfying compared to Eunjae's rapping, which is my favorite part of the song for sure. And his singing of Lie, Lie, Lie during the title track is really good. But in this one, I feel like both of them managed to shine, or at least for Jian, he managed to shine much better in this song. It didn't feel off, it didn't feel weird, it didn't sound weird. It was great, like, it sounded great. Which is why I'm gonna give this song a 9 out of 10, honestly, because it is a really good song. Like, I don't think there's any flaws in this song. The only thing is, like, if you're not super into this style, that's the only reason I can see you not loving this song. And I'm not super in love with it, but I honestly like it and enjoy it and will be listening to it, because with IMFACT, there's just something about it that makes me like every single song, even if it's not exactly my style. So yeah, let's get into the next song of this video, that being Don't Say, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I kind of like the instrumental. I gotta say, I like this logo quite a lot. Okay, this one seems to be more playful. At least that's how it comes off. Okay, yeah, this is another really good song. Although, I gotta say, I'm not really in love with this one as much as I was for the last one. But it's not because it's worse. I feel like just the last one was a bit of an emotional ballad. This one is more of a plain, playful kind of song. So the last one resonated more with me compared to this one. But they're pretty much on the same quality otherwise. Is this Eunjae? Because usually he's the one with the most standout voice. And I personally think he is my bias. I mean, I'm not sure. I like him the most because he's a rapper and because he has a very unique voice. But honestly, all of them are great. Such a shame that they're so underrated. Don't sleep on IMFACT, they're so good. They don't deserve this kind of treatment. Okay, by the way, I think I forgot to give an objective score for I'm Fine. So I'm just gonna do that a little bit fast. I'm gonna give it a 9.2 out of 10 objectively, because I feel like somebody who is more inclined to like that kind of more balladish, I guess, leaning towards ballad kind of music will enjoy it even more than me. That's just not my taste, first and foremost, but I still appreciate and like it. I was still able to enjoy it. So yeah, it's gonna be 9 personally and 9.2 objectively. Wow, for this one, I enjoyed it, and as I said, the quality is pretty much on par. I don't feel like it's worse. I don't really feel like it's better. It's pretty much on par, but I like this one less because it doesn't have that kind of emotional twin to it that I feel like I'm Fine did have. It. This one is more playful, and that's not necessarily something I hate, but just something that doesn't necessarily make me love the song. You know what I mean? But it's not making me hate the song more or anything. So the rating is gonna be just mildly lower. Compared to I'm Fine's 9 out of 10 personally, I'm gonna give Don't Stay an 8.8 out of 10. While objectively, I am gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because, yeah, I pretty much think it is on par quality-wise. It's not worse. It's really not worse. I'm hoping that the rest of the songs are gonna sound completely different from each other, because I think I've just realized that I prefer the variety of the songs having a variety rather than sticking to one thing, because they never do stick to one style, and when they do, it's usually not something I enjoy, so there's no point in wanting K-pop albums to be like that. So now I'm hoping at the very least that it's gonna be different, like the next song is gonna be completely different from this, and so will the one after that, and yada yada yada. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the next song, Wi-Fi, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is definitely Eunjae. Is this a solo? Okay, this one feels a little bit retro. I think that feeling is mainly coming from the instrumental. Seriously, is this a solo? Because I don't mind that, especially considering it's Eunjae solo. I would prefer it to be a bit more darker and hard-hitting, but it's still fine. And I guess it's not a solo, so I think this is Honestly, I've listened to IMFACT so much that at this point I can tell apart their voices. This was Taeho singing. For this I'm not sure. I'm still not sure I can tell apart Sang and Jaeop's singing, but I definitely can tell apart the two rappers and Taeho. I gotta say, IMFACT are such a visual group. Like, they all look so good and so different from each other. I love that about them. Yeah, this is definitely GM. Okay, so far this is definitely my least favorite one. I appreciate that Youngjae had such a huge part in this song, and I like his parts, but I just would have preferred if, in general, I'd have preferred that if the song was a bit more mature and harder hitting, because this one, so far the album kind of comes off very fun and easygoing, which I guess fits with the title track, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, I feel like it just works better. For me at least, it would have worked better if it was more mature and hard hitting, but I guess in Na Na Na, which I think is the song in which his voice was utilized the best, it wasn't necessarily mature, but it was kind of a like refreshing, summery kind of song. Like, I really like that song. I don't know, I just don't feel it was necessarily utilized in the best possible way. I feel like his voice is good because it could really well contrast with the song, but it wasn't really used in that way in this song. So I don't know. And in general, the song feels a bit too forgettable for my taste, which to me is the worst crime a song can have, being forgettable. Like, I can take a bad song, at least it's gonna be memorable. But when it's forgettable, even if it is not really that bad, which is the case for this one, honestly it's in a certain way worse. But I don't think it's even too forgettable. Like, I think after a few listens I probably not mind it, because for example recently with GOT7's Not By The Moon, yes, I did like the song in my reaction, but I mainly praised the chorus, while at this point I've learned to like the verses too. So it's probably going to be the case for this one too. But the fact that on first listen I already feel it's kind of forgettable, yeah, it's not a good thing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one personally an 8.4 out of 10, because I don't think the quality of the song is that low. It's just nothing really that stands out about it that too much. The quality is pretty much on par. It feels just as good. as the last two songs. So yeah, objectively, I am gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because I think also most people wouldn't really care about details like this. They'll just take it at face value, and if they don't like it, then don't like it. But I think you're gonna like it. Like if you like the last two, this one is not that far off from them. But yeah, let's get into the next song of this video, that being At the End, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, this one definitely stands out. And I already like the instrumental. Is that a piano? I don't know, but I really like it. Okay, this one I can already tell it's gonna be very OST like a drama OST kind of song, which is fine by me. Usually I'm able to enjoy those OST songs if I'm already into the thing they are made for, but yeah. I do like these kinds of songs. Okay, I think this is Sang singing. And I think this is J-Up. I don't know, their voices are way too close to each other. I can't tell them apart really. But I know, at least I've heard that J-Up was scouted by a lot of companies, but he chose to go to Star Empire, and honestly I'm wondering whether he regrets that choice or not. Because I don't want him like to regret being with IMFACT, because I love them. But they're also not the most popular group, so I'm wondering how he feels about that.
언제나 너만을 비추는 밝은 별이 되어줄게. 너만을 사랑해. 다시 오지 않을 이 순간을 널 위해 노래할게.
Okay, so the main thing about this song that I appreciate is that it sounds different. It stands out from the rest of the songs. Still not necessarily in a way that I would have loved it. Like, it's still a ballad song or a slower song, which is not my favorite thing. I would have preferred a banger or just a noise kind of song a little bit more, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I just feel like I would have enjoyed it more if the last two songs weren't already kind of like that. I don't know. Didn't IMFACT do an OST for something a little while ago? Is this part of that? Because this sounds so much like an OST. I cannot believe that it's not. It's gotta be an OST already. But yeah, I don't know. I liked it. It definitely sounds like an OST. I appreciate that. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be listening to this one. Like, I was hoping that the album is gonna go in a different direction with its music, because I don't hate all these songs, but I'm also not super in love with them either. So far, the only one that I say I've liked quite a lot is I'm Fine, and hopefully Lalida too, because I actually heard good things about it from one of you guys. But yeah, we'll see, I guess, for that about that. I was just hoping for different kind of music, I guess, and I probably shouldn't do that, but hey. But still, this wasn't bad. The quality is pretty much on par again, and maybe I'm willing to give it a little bit of a higher score than the last two, so I guess I'm gonna give it an 8.6 out of 10. Because yeah, I enjoyed it. I like that it sounds like an OST, but I still am not going to listen to it. That's how it just comes down to. And yeah, objectively, again, it's going to be a 9 out of 10, or maybe 9.1 out of 10, because honestly, I think I'll remember this one at least more than any of the other three, even more than I'm Fine, because it stands out so much. And I definitely really like the instrumental that starts off the song. I really like the feeling you get from it. I just wish more of that instrumental was used towards the song, because a lot of the time I feel like that songs kind of, how to explain it, like, there's a cool instrumental that the song has, and a lot of the times the producers or whoever makes the song is just gonna shove generic instrumentals on top of that and silence the cool part of the instrumental, which kind of happened to the rest of the song. Like, if the whole song was kind of like the beginning of the instrumental, I'll probably given it a 9.6 maybe, but as it is, it's gonna be personally an 8.6 and objectively 9.1. But still, it's not a bad song. I'm just a little bit frustrated that I haven't gotten a song that I'm really in love with from this comeback. The closest thing is the title track, and I guess that's fine, but I don't know. But still, we have one more song, so let's get into the last song of this video, Lalida, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, this one is definitely weird. I see what you mean by saying this is the weirdest thing ever. Okay, I definitely like this one. For nothing else, because it's super energetic. I love it already. Okay, I like this part quite a lot, honestly. The rapping in the beginning, I don't know, it kind of felt like how I felt for Giant's rapping during the title track. Just didn't exactly feel satisfying. But this part here with the singing, I really like. And in general, like, I guess the chorus parts are cool. Okay, this rapping is better, definitely. Okay, I might give this one a second listen.
tonight 얼음처럼 서 있지 말고 언니의 사람 따윈 없어 처음 보는 사람도 오늘은 왔어 분위기에 취해가 모두
But yeah, I really like how energetic it is. That's what I love the most. Energetic songs are my favorite thing.
Baby, one more time. 뜨거워진 분위기 모두 다 정신없이 흔들어 고개를 당장 불러줘 깊은 낮다고 내가 이 구역을 줄여놨다고 흘러가는 분위기 나는 싫어 죽가든 Hey, are you let it flow? Okay, let's go. Let's get it started.
So far, I think I kind of like this one, and I'm gonna listen to it the second time to confirm that, but I just want to say that I feel like this album is lacking a certain edge. I don't know how otherwise to explain it. Because it's not bad, but it's really lacking something for me to latch onto. Okay, we're instantly gonna get into it again in 3, 2, 1. The instrumental is definitely very unique. I appreciate that. And I think this is the chorus. I like that too. This is definitely a unique song, the most different one in this album, I feel like. Also, weirdly, the album ended up being more coherent than I thought. Okay, the rapping on second listen here definitely sounds better. That was a bit of an abrupt change from rapping to singing. Oh yeah, the chorus definitely slaps. Honestly, I think I might have loved this song a bit more if it was a Tara track. Because I feel like that's an edge, that would give the song a certain edge, I don't know. Because I can literally imagine a music video and that is already making me love it more. Because definitely for a Tara track, this would be definitely really unique. And yeah, by far this is my favorite song out of the mini album. Out of the B-sides, I mean. Because out of the mini album it will definitely be the Taro track.
One more time. 뜨거워진 분위기 모두 다 정신없이 흔들어 고개를 당장 불러줘 깊은 낮다고 내가 이 구역을 줄여놨다고 흘러가는 분위기 나는 싫어 죽가든 Hey, are you let it flow? Okay, let's go. Let's get it started.
Oh, I love the way he dances here. Yeah, this is a really cool and unique song. Still a bit too happy for me to say that I'm super in love with it, because I just like edgy shit. Like, I can't help it. I just like mature and darker songs more. Which I feel like it's one of my problems with this album in general, that it's too happy, but that's not something necessarily that I should complain about. It doesn't have to always adhere to my tastes and everything, so I can't be too angry about that or annoyed or anything. You know, forget about that. I enjoy this song. I like how unique it is. Definitely was better on second listen. Maybe could have been a bit more edgy for me to really say I love it, but I still enjoyed it quite a lot. But I do not have much more to say about this song that I didn't say in the last two reactions, so let's get into the rating then. Personally, I'm gonna give this one a 9.3 out of 10, and actually, you know what, objectively, I'm also gonna give it a 9.3 out of 10, because I feel, because this song could be very annoying to certain people and very interesting and entertaining to other people, so that kind of would balance it in the middle. Because I feel like some people will really hate it and they'll probably give it very low score of maybe even 6s, because I can see that. I can easily see that being very annoying. But some people like me, or you, Mark, I think your name was Mark, that you commented that you really like them quite a lot. I think it was you who actually asked me to react to IMFACT title tracks a few months ago. Both of us can very easily enjoy this song, but I can see some people hating it, so yeah, it's gonna be personally objectively a 9.3 out of 10. And you might be confused when comparing the ratings I gave to the B-sides compared to the title track, but I'm kind of rating them on a different scale a little. I'm comparing the title track to the other title tracks, while for this, I'm essentially comparing the songs to each other and somewhat in general how I feel about them. So yeah, these are definitely gonna be skewed towards the high end of the scale, but yeah, overall I enjoyed the album, but ultimately I just had different expectations for what it was going to be, which is it's my fault. I shouldn't have preconceived notions about anything, because that means I would undoubtedly be disappointed. Whether it's music, whether it's anything else, I will always be disappointed if I am thinking that it's gonna be a one thing. But if we ignore that, I think this is a pretty good album. Not necessarily one that I would listen to, but it's fine. Like, I think the songs are really good. None of the songs really comes off as bad. All of them come off as high quality, just not for me specifically. So yeah, the next video is gonna be me reacting to Neuer's Up to the Sky EP, so if you're interested in that, check it out. And in general, if you have any K-pop songs you want me to react to, make sure to comment them down below, and I'm gonna add them to my list, though I don't promise when I'm gonna get your specific request, because I do have a lot of K-pop songs I want to react to, and there are a lot of comebacks right now, even more coming, so I want to be reacting to all of those groups and their mini albums and everything. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of things I have to do, so it might take a while until I get your specific request, but you can still comment it down below and I'm gonna put it on my list. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Also check out this description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, cause in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you do end up enjoying my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon or Subscribestar, where you can pledge your support and help keep the channel going and help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. And additionally, I just want to mention that all the money you decide to support me with through those two websites are going to go towards my transition fund, because if you're new to the channel or you just haven't realized it, I'm actually transgender, but haven't been able to transition because of the country I live in, and because in general I can't afford it. So if you could help me out, that would be greatly appreciated. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. I don't want to guilt-trip random people on the internet into helping me out. If you don't want to do it, you can still help me out by liking this video, subscribing, and especially sharing this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!
game